It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. And Brooklyn finding themselves in a slide recently. They lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And let me tell you, what a start to the new year. We've seen some terrific games already, Ken. What are your thoughts on the early part of the season?
Well, a couple of teams that I thought would be dominant, they really haven't been. That's a surprise to me. But if you are a team suffering early season losses, you want to look at this opportunity to learn from it and just continue to grow.
It's been an outstanding season so far in terms of competitiveness. I love watching the early season adjustments made by each team as they try to find the right rotation to use every night.
Yeah, you and me both. Time to go to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call. We'll see you later.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Los Angeles Clippers come in for this one. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Taking a look at Brooklyn, well, they know they have their work cut out for them here tonight and during a stretch of games facing a lot of talented teams.
Yeah, and they're coming in this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
Certainly not. And when you look at these two teams, they are very evenly matched. You know they'll want revenge tonight after losing the last game earlier this season.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. He acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. As we get near the midway point of the season, Steve, teams know what their makeup is. I think they would know themselves from top to bottom exactly what they have.
Well, they know their identity. They know how they win games. They know at the end of games who's ready to play. And the coaching staff start to say, hey, these guys are great starters. But it's more important to know who are your finishers on the team.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn and the Clippers starting five. The forwards are Baamute and Griffin. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. And it's Jordan in at the 5, down low. Paul passes to Redick. Griffin kicks to Paul. Picked by Griffin. And it's Paul missing. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to Sacramento.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
They weren't taking what the defense was giving them. Instead, they forced a lot of low percentage shots, which is why they lost.
The Nets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Free throw good, 4. And you know, there was so much excitement surrounding the Nets when they finished the new arena in Brooklyn in 2012. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to try to fast-track their success. But that win-now strategy really failed.
Yeah, and that's what can happen when you mortgage your future. Short-term goals can lead to that long-term misery. And they still have some pieces they can build around. We'll see what additional talent they can attract going forward.
The wide-open look here for Lopez. Hands it from downtown. Lopez has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the left side wing. Now, here's Baamute. Guarded closer. Here's Griffin. The rebound by the Nets. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
just lack of mental fortitude. You need to be strong in those situations and deliver when it matters the most.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 10-2 run here. Whitehead passes to Foy. There's Hollis Jefferson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
After 4 straight makes, couldn't quite get that one to go down. Still a terrific start.
Here's Griffin. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Booker with no one around, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. And Randy Foy gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now, here's Redick, covered by Foy. And Redick kicks to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I love the way of Griffin. Eye on the prize, going after the rim. Is either going to dunk it or you're going to foul him.
Well, Griffin, Steve, might be the most well-known of players in the NBA just because of how marketable he is. You see him a ton in commercials, and he really is one of the biggest faces in the league.
Well, he's one of those guys. You see him in a lot of guest spot appearances on comedy shows, and he's fit right in. A playful guy. And also, when you can have the jumping ability that Blake Griffin has, a lot of people want to market you.
Now, here is Foy. He has 5. Fires for 3. Right wing. Whitehead passes to Booker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker. Now, with the recent struggles that the Clippers have had in the playoffs, you know, Smitty, you have to wonder if there is pressure for Doc Rivers to take this team to the conference finals.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because they have so much talent. You look at this team, people want to know in Clipperland, can we ever get a chance to win the finals? As Doc being in the front office and coaching, it's time for them to win. It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
Here's Whitehead, defended by Paul. Griffin with the steal. Down low. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Griffin's got 5 now.
Blake has a lot of different moves inside the paint, and you can see right there that was a nice finish by Blake.
Passes it to Lopez. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento.
One thing he also did extremely well was rebounding. He really attacked the glass out there.
And last year, I felt like Brook Lopez showed why he's a max guy when healthy. I mean, not only did he maintain terrific all-around play, but he improved in some categories. And I love what he looked like on the defensive boards, reminiscent of the aggressiveness he showed when he first burst on the scene back in 2008.
First free throw is good. And when it comes to Lopez, hard not to root for a guy who's fought through so many injuries.
Yeah, last season he got back to doing some of the things that made him an all-star level producer. He was passing at a high level, playing a physical brand of defense, just an immensely skilled big whose best years hopefully are still ahead.
Now here's Griffin. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
When DeAndre gets the rock close to the rim, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him. Just a big, long, and athletic center.
He's off on the first. We all know the struggles that DeAndre Jordan has had at the free throw line. Smitty, he just can't seem to find a consistent stroke.
Well, it's hard because teams understand when you're shooting that type of percentage, the strategy is, yes, we're going to foul DeAndre Jordan. And it'll only get better if he can make free throws. Other than that, the coaching staff has to weigh the options. Should we keep him in? Should we take him out? But if he made his free throws, that would all go away. The Clippers' window is closing. I mean, you look at them throughout the postseason, they've come up short a few times, and we all thought they could advance a little bit more. And CP3 is aging a little bit right now.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. With the Clippers, you know that they're feeling the pressure too, Steve. It's rare to have a team with as many stars as they do and not go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're a Clippers fan, though, and the Clippers organization, you need to approach it like this, one step at a time. They know they have talent to compete with anyone in this league. Sometimes you get the feeling that they are just thinking too far ahead and not focusing on the now.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for Los Angeles.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Here's Paul. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Redick is in the corner. And it's sent back by Lopez. Now, here is Ford. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Griffin kicks to Redick. Jordan dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. No good from the low block. Brooklyn leading by 10. To the paint, and out of bounds is Los Angeles Games possession.
Taking a look at some numbers for Redick. How's the last month of basketball been for him? 18th in three-point shooting, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against Indiana.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
That's what you hope to see every game. When it all comes together like that, it's really fun to watch.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Pass to Booker. Nets passing it around. Kicks to Lopez. The 8-footer. Good D by Jordan.
Worked it inside. Normally an easy basket for him, but just a little out of rhythm on the release.
Shot's good from Mbah-a-Moute. Mbah-a-Moute has got it back down to single digits for the Clippers. The Nets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Here's Whitehead. He's covered by Felton. Off the left rim and out.
All alone inside. He's just going to have to shake that one off.
The dish to Mbah-a-Moute. The pass to Felton. Picked by Griffin. Shoots. The shot by Redick, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
There's Foy with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. It's Redick on the wing, covered by Foy. The shot by Redick, no good. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Whitehead. 9 points last game out. He doesn't hit that one. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
But what he does is he uses his body extremely well to shield off the defenders from the basketball.
Here's Whitehead. It's deflected. Lopez passes to Hollis Jefferson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Outstanding job looking for his teammate and connecting with him with a flawless pass.
Reddick with it. He had 16 points in the win against Indiana. Felton dishes to Jordan. No good that time. Good D by Lopez. Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Good on the triple.
Timeout. And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
It's looking good so far. They have their offense intact right now.
And in a lot of ways, the game today is not as rough as it was back when you played, Steve, in the 90s. But when you look at the current players, and I'm sure you've got a couple names, who are the most physical players you see in the league now?
Let's start with the point guard position. I like Chris Paul, Patrick Beverly. The 2-guard position, Tony Allen's very physical. Matt Barnes, Jay Crowder, power forward, Draymond Green. Zach Randolph is a physical guy.
Isn't he tough?
Steven Adams, we've shown that he's pretty tough. Those are some of the names I'm throwing out right there.
In his day, Kendrick Perkins at that center position. In fact, Oklahoma City got him just for that reason alone.
Yeah, you got some guys
to intimidate.
To intimidate, yes, for sure.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Spates checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Bass comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Mbamute. And it's Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Here's Rivers. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
I look at Austin Rivers, a guy who came to this league where you said he's a scorer, needed a basketball in his hand. But right now, he is a viable combo guard coming off the bench. Can run your team offensively at the point guard position, guard both positions, and he can still score.
And for Rivers, Steve, you could argue that uncertainty hampered his growth early in his career. He seems much more at home and is playing with a lot more confidence. You can just see it on the floor.
Yeah, I think for him is the game is slowed down. And you talk about confidence. Yes, he's usually coming off the bench, but he has the confidence like a starter, and that's what you love about Austin Rivers.
A lot of time, games are decided at the line. So let's check out the NBA leaders in that category. Fourth, Maurice Spates.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Down the first one.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
And so Bass nails both of them. Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball. With this Clipper franchise, a long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half-decade.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And they're able to recover. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Chicago. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And checking out Brooklyn, 9 games back.
And right now for Brooklyn, they've staggered along here early in the season. They're going to be in for a long year if they don't make some real quick progress.
Unfortunately, I don't see them as being a team that's going to turn any big corners anytime soon. I think what we've seen from them in the early part of the season is what we're going to keep seeing.
And he knocks down the first one.
Man, when you look at the Nets over the past couple years, it's really astounding. I mean, they've been near the bottom of almost every major statistical category as a team. I mean, that means that they really have nothing to count on to stabilize themselves when they aren't going well in a game. And when you don't have an identity as a team, boy, it is hard to find consistency.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
There's the pick. Hamilton kicks to Goodwin. Puts up a three. The Clippers grab the miss. And on the topic of the Nets, it's hard to identify their calling card as a team because the roster break still seems to be in a state of flux.
And not many draft picks or trade assets. It really may come down to love the ones you're with, at least for a little while longer. I mean, they have some scorers, they have some playmakers. If they can just find a way to block out the noise and play their game, they can be an entertaining club.
Here's LeVert. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 5 on the clock. Takes the three. And it's Goodwin missing.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Crawford. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
LeVert the pass to Goodwin. There's a good screen. He dishes it to Nicholson. Drains it from 9 feet away. And the Nets lead by 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Bass kicks to Rivers. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Back to Rivers. There's the three. Nicholson grabs the board. Nets leading by 6. To the wing on the left. Here's Goodwin. Misses the three. The Clippers shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Rivers dishes to Felton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Feeds to Hamilton. To the middle. And the basket by Kilpatrick.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Clippers trail by 6. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Crawford. Again, Los Angeles.
When it comes to contested jump shots, Jamal Crawford is simply one of the best at sinking them.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Bass. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And that's a foul called on Archie Goodwin. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Jamal Crawford adding another Sixth Man of the Year award to his resume. He is one of those guys, when you call his number, as soon as he checks in the game, he is ready to score.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Crawford coming off the bench, he has the perfect mentality, Steve, to be that source of instant offense, which every team needs, especially this one. He has that short memory for missed shots and is aggressive, I think, in always creating chances.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford, the Sixth Man of the Year. That should be just named the Jamal Crawford Award. He does it all the time. He's comfortable in that role. He is instant offense as soon as he checks in.
Here's LeVert. It's good. And the Nets lead by 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
32 seconds left to play in the first. Outside, Felton. Pass to Crawford. And Bass kicks to Rivers. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 6. Now Goodwin. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Passes to LeVert. From deep three-point range. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Nets lead by 6. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
Little to no errors whatsoever, and they just keep getting better.
We've got Whitehead. Brook Lopez is out there with Booker, and it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Whitehead. Inside. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. And here's Booker from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got 5.
You never want to give him an open look from outside because he will flat out burn you from there.
Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Griffin from the stripe. A putback. It's good on the putback. Rivers has got his second bucket tonight.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. No good from Booker. Clippers trail by 5. Over in the corner, Emba Amute. Paul kicks to Griffin. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles.
That's how you play the game. Draw 2 defenders, kick it out to the wide open man for a bucket.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Chris Paul is such a student of the game. He really is a coach on the floor, but he can be hard on his teammates. Austin Rivers said he's the one that's going to put you in your place. He's going to tell you the truth. He's going to yell at you. All the good point guards have to be the bad guy sometime. He's a leader, man. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. He certainly backs it up on the floor. The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
That free throw missing. Smitty, you were able to represent the U.S. in international play. Just how much did that mean to you, and how special a time was that for you looking back on those days?
So special, Kevin. Just looking at the pictures and the videos, you have USA on your chest. Then you represent your country, and then you were guys that you compete against, and now we're all together getting a chance to win a gold medal. Totally different from an NBA championship.
You sometimes look at that stuff, Steve, and think, it doesn't even seem like it was you. Like it's so far away, different time in your life, different perspective you must have had on life, the game, everything.
So surreal, I think. Yeah. I mean, just getting a chance to stand up on the podium and getting a chance to have that gold medal hung around my neck, so special.
So it's Brooklyn now after J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Paul kicks to Griffin. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
We know Blake Griffin can dunk the basketball, but one thing you like about him, he's added to his offensive repertoire. He's able to handle the basketball, face up, knock down jump shots, and he's doing a nice job of distributing the basketball.
That free throw good from Griffin. With Blake, it isn't that he's just a scorer, Steve. He brings everything to the table when he gets the ball in the offensive zone.
Yeah, he was a dunker when he first entered the league. Now he's starting to become a terrific passer. He has great vision for a power forward, and his ball handling is one of the best at his position.
So he picks up just one from the line that time.
He's incredibly difficult to guard, Blake Griffin. He's 6'10", 250-something pounds. He has size, but he also has quickness like a guard.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside, Redick. He kicks to Paul. This one for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lopez passes to 4. Knocks it loose. Now here's Paul. Defense right on. And for all the leadership and his mental toughness, Chris Paul has said that he won't be a coach when it's all said and done for him as a player. Steve, a bit surprising as you think he'd be a fantastic coach.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of those guys that, yeah, right now he said he doesn't want to be a coach. Coaching isn't for everybody. But at the end, yeah, I think Chris Paul still might look at that coaching.
That one falls for Paul.
6 feet tall, 175 pounds. Chris Paul plays way bigger than those numbers.
He doesn't get the second one.
Chris Paul is one of those players that has all the individual accolades, but he has pressure to win a ring. When you start to look at Chris Paul, the window is closing a little bit. Hopefully he can get a chance to win one.
Lopez, and it's off from three-point range.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Lopez a screen. Foy from long range. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And for Paul, it's strange that a player of his talent, Steve, has yet to make it to a conference finals. It's amazing, in fact. Part of the problem is just facing stacked teams, it seems, every season in the West.
Yeah, it is. I think for CP3, getting a chance to just play in the finals with a dream come true, just having that opportunity. You said it best. It is so tough in the West to get to the Western Conference Finals.
Clippers trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Dishes it to Redick. Jordan sets the pick for Redick. And it's Paul penetrating, uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
CP3 is not afraid to go up against the bigger guys inside. He continuously finds some space, somehow, some way.
Now here's Booker. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento. Second chance shot. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Redick. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. A steal. And here's 4. 13 points in the game. Good work there as it goes.
The mid-range game is becoming more of a lost art, but not for this guy.
Clippers trail by 6. Paul kicks to Griffin. 11 feet away. Knocked loose, but he gets it back. And Ba'amute dishes to Griffin. They grab their own miss. Here's Jordan, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, DeAndre Jordan is a guy that will rebound the basketball, block shots. But what I like about right now is becoming an offensive threat, being able to run the floor and make an impact on both ends.
And DeAndre Jordan changes the game defensively, Steve, as you alluded to. Just eats up space in the middle and alerts other players of where they need to be, altering shots, blocking shots every second he's on the floor.
Does a nice job of being that anchor in the middle, like you said, blocking shots. But what I love about him, he's an aggressive rebounder. Yes, he uses his height and his athleticism, but you got to want to go get it. He goes to get it.
And with the Clippers having perhaps their best team ever these last few seasons, is it just bad luck, Steve, that they haven't been able to move on and do more with their season?
Yes, there's some truth to that. When you start talking about a team with all this talent, it just really comes down to this team competes. They have stars. It just comes down for them. Some unlucky breaks for them, especially on the injury side.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut now to just 3 on the bucket from Griffin. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Booker is screen on Redick. Foy from long range. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will come the other way.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
To the inside, here's Redick, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He saw his teammate had good position inside and hit him with a flawless pass.
J.J. Redick certainly had a lot of doubters when he came into the NBA. He was a standout player, we all know, at Duke and dominated college basketball, but many thought, Steve, his skills just wouldn't translate to the NBA. But, you know, he's had a fantastic career.
What I love about his career is just been upward trajectory since the day one. Everybody talked about his shooting in college, and yes, he shoots the ball extremely well. But I love the way he's improved every area of his game, and even at his age right now, I think he still can improve.
Smitty is an NBA veteran. What were some of the things you missed the least about playing on the road?
Just trying to fill time. You know, after shoot-around, you get finished around 12, and then sometimes the game is not until 7, so you don't have that much time. But those days off, everybody's at work, and you're just roaming around the city.
Yeah.
You got to really get close to your teammates, do some things like going to the movies, having dinner, and basically getting your rest.
Routine's a big deal, isn't it?
It is, and obviously the one good thing you can do is get into the weight room and work on your body on the off time and give your body some rest.
Hamilton's checked in for Booker. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Here's LeVert, covered by Redick. And it's LeVert missing.
He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
And stolen by Hamilton. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He feeds it to Hamilton. Nicholson with the bucket. Nicholson's got his second basket of the game. Now here's Redick. He's got 5. There's the feed to Griffin. Out to the wing. Now here's Mbamute. D right on him. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Jordan, the pass to Griffin. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's LeVert. Here's Nicholson. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He's a great offensive rebounder, and he showed it.
The Nets making a switch here. Goodwin's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Spates checked in for Jordan. Bass comes in for Blake Griffin. That's Felton in for Mbamute. Felton kicks to Redick. Hamilton against Spates. Shot from 16. Nicholson grabs the board. Nicholson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeVert the pass to Foy. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Felton. Goodwin with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. No good from Hamilton. Clippers trail by 5. And Redick kicks to Felton. To the paint. Spates dishes to Felton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Crawford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Archie Goodwin picks one up. When you talk about the short list of players with the elite handles in the NBA, you have to include Jamal Crawford. Smitty, you know this. He can make defenders look absolutely ridiculous with his crossover.
Well, you talk about elite handles. This is the godfather of handling the basketball, crossover, tricks, and he's still able to be very productive at his age. And because of his dribbling and also his jump shot and his love for the game, that's what you love at Jamal Crawford.
The first free throw is good.
Jamal Crawford, the former Michigan Wolverine, continues to thrive as a scorer.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them. Nets leading by 3. Here's Kilpatrick. The pass to LeVert. Down low, Nicholson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Nicholson's got 9.
He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
Spates sets a screen. Kicks to Crawford. A rebound by the Nets. Nicholson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Puts up a 3. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
And it's LeVert missing.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still 0 from the field.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Goodwin. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 3. The dish to Rivers. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Feeds it to Goodwin. The putback. And it's Spates with the rebound. Los Angeles has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And it's good for 2. Now just a 1-point Brooklyn lead.
The quickness of Jamal Crawford really taking it to the rim with determination.
Kilpatrick passes to Nicholson. There's LeVert. Drops in the tray. LeVert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The defender was pretty much helpless right there. His man had a clear height advantage, and he got the exact kind of shot he wanted.
Up the floor. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Jamal Crawford. His last 10 games, he's averaging 8 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
And he makes the first. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Bass. Goodwin with the steal. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And now let's bring you the list of the top 3-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. The Clippers, number 1.
The way they space the floor is why they get so many open three-pointers. It's all about how they consistently move around the court.
Felton kicks to Rivers. He dishes it to Spates. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Los Angeles Clippers. They're in the 6th position.
And right now for the Clippers, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
Now here's Crawford. He's got 10, and the shot goes in.
No surprise, Crawford is lighting up the floor. This is a guy that has multiple 50-point games to his name.
Pass to Goodwin. 58 seconds left in the first half.
You know, on a pretty good night for these guys overall, his shooting has been the biggest weakness.
The shot by Spates, nobody around. Buries it from three-point range. And now just a 2-point Brooklyn lead. LeVert the pass to Goodwin. There's a good screen. In the corner, it's Hamilton. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Los Angeles has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Felton dishes to Spates. No good. That would have tied it.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
The Clippers grab the miss. Spates has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Rivers with the second effort, and the layup is up and in. Spates has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And you can see one team is working hard on the glass and the other not.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Doc. Why are you getting the pace that you got right now?
Because we're running, we're pushing the ball up the floor, but it's still a close game. And it's really loose balls, our turnovers, and offensive rebounds. So we got to do a better job there.
I know you guys always look at that 50-50 ball. Thanks, Doc. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. So far, a compelling matchup at Barclays Center tonight. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
That, sadly, wraps up the halftime show. No. The third quarter set to begin in just a few. We'll see you right here, though, after the game, so you have that to look forward to.
Kenny had so much more to say.
We welcome you back to Brooklyn just as the subway approaches the platform here at the Barclays Center Station. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. And so here are the Clippers. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter. The dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. And it's Rivers in at the 1 spot. Ripped away. In transition, here come the Nets. Pulls up. Here's Booker. High post Lopez. Nets passing it around. Foy from long range. The Clippers grab the miss.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And Bamute kicks to Rivers. And that misses. That would have put him up.
We know what he's capable of inside. That's a good shot for him. He's kicking himself that he couldn't get it to go.
Here's Lopez. Gonzalez Jefferson. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Hollis Jefferson's got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets. Rivers kicks to Griffin to the inside, and it's sent back by Lopez. Here's Whitehead, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his third foul of the game. Ball's checked in for the Clippers. Foy, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. With the putback. It's good on the putback. Booker's got 8 points.
He did a stellar job throwing his body into the mix and coming up with the easy tip in.
Paul, left side. Right side, Redick. It's tipped. It's stolen by Foy. Passes it to Booker. At the top of the key, Lopez. And that one hits back iron.
Right now, he's trying to find the mark. Unfortunately, he's starting to feel a little bit desperate.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to Foy. 6 on the shot clock. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's his third foul of the game. The Clippers trail. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Griffin, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
That mid-range jump shot is getting better and better for Blake. J.J. Redick, a fantastic shooter in this league, led the league in three-point percentage, and he did it while taking over 5 threes a game. J.J., I call him just jumpers.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
The time for the ball. Stolen. In transition, here come the Nets. Hollis Jefferson passes to Booker. Foy from long range. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And you know, Steve, for Redick and his shooting, it seemed to be overshadowed by what was going on elsewhere in the league. He's shooting 47.5% from deep is just incredible.
Yeah, you see so many other guys that they're talking about, but when you look at those numbers, you said it, 47.5% from deep. That is incredible. That's basically making half of your three-point shots.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Griffin dishes to Paul. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Redick. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. He feeds it to Paul. Lopez with the block. And here's the fast break. Here's Whitehead. And the three off target.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Baamute can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Foy up top, covered by Redick. Count it, good. Booker's got 12 points in the game.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent and in a much higher percentage.
Paul kicks to Redick. Dishes to Griffin. Down low, Paul. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Free throw dropped for Paul. Brooklyn trailing. Now 4. 17 points in the game. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Foy's got 19 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Paul passes to Baamute. Griffin dishes to Paul. And it's sent back by Lopez. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's got 6. Shoots the 3. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Really good shooting night for him, doing everything he can to help his team stretch this lead.
6 feet out. It'll go, and the Nets' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Griffin. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter. Here's Whitehead, defended by Paul. The kick out to Lopez. That 3 off the mark.
A three-point marksman. He couldn't have asked for a better look. Sometimes it just doesn't go down.
Redick passes to Mbamute. The feed to Paul. Left side, Redick. Lock at 6. Lopez with the block. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. And there's the pass to Lopez. Lopez, a screen on Paul. The Nets working the ball around now. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Let's keep it alive.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Paul kicks to Redick. Griffin against Booker. Now here's Griffin. T right on him. He gets it in there. Griffin's got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Here's Whitehead. There's a screen. Kicks to Booker. Off the pick. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You love the closeout on that possession.
I love it because you don't give up on the play. Just that little contest bothered his shot.
Ball outside. 3-pointer. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Foy with it. Now guarded by Redick. Here's Lopez. Basket good. Lopez has got 9. Los Angeles calls timeout.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Spates checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Bass comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Mbamute. And it's Felton in for J.J. Redick. Paul kicks to Crawford. Good. He's got 14.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D-thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Here's LeVert. Pass to Kilpatrick. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Clippers have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point, going 7 of 14. Felton kicks to Crawford. Back to Felton. Soft touch off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Kilpatrick. He's covered by Felton. Passes to LeVert. The dish to Hamilton. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Brandon Bass.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
That free throw, no good. No luck that time either. The Clippers have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Absolutely. Prevented an easy bucket. Fantastic D.
For the lead, here's Crawford. It's tipped. Spates against Hamilton, taken away by Felton.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And Los Angeles guys shooting at 46%, making some buckets. They set the pick. Crawford, no one around him. Not enough on that one as it misses.
When you're that wide open from a very makeable distance, you have to come away with points.
It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Levert the pass to Kilpatrick. Tries it from 9. Rebound by the Clippers. Crawford outside. Here's Paul. And count it from 19 feet away. Paul's got 12 in the game.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And here is Goodwin. Back to Nicholson. The 11-footer, Hamilton. Crawford with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. And Bass kicks to Paul. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a quick look at the numbers for Paul. First in 3-point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 5 in assists per game as well. He sees the floor and makes the game easier for his teammates.
Shots.
Free throw drops for Paul. And both free throws good from Paul. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 6. Kilpatrick passes to Nicholson. And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. 4th, the Clippers.
They have absolutely locked down the opposition during the last 10 games. If they keep up the good work, it will force other teams to change their game plan.
And that one falls for Nicholson. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Los Angeles leading by 4. Now here's Paul. 14 points for him. Crawford up top. High post try. They grab their own miss. The shot comes out. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
That free throw, no good. Rivers, he's checked in for Paul. He hits the second from the line. 1:41 left in the third. Here's Felton. Los Angeles with another miss.
I know he's talented, but when you're completely surrounded inside, you have to try and kick it out to someone who's open.
Rivers kicks to Felton. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting two.
The first one falls.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
He's perfect from the line this time. Nets trail by 5. 1:15 left in the third quarter. Kilpatrick. No good on the three. The Clippers shooting in the second half so far about 45%. That shot off, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Goodwin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Pass has got 7 rebounds in the game. Look from Crawford. Los Angeles with another miss. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And it's Kilpatrick missing. Clippers leading by 5.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
That has to be the plan. Let's see if they recognize it.
And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good. Hamilton hits both of them. Felton with the ball. He has 6. To the paint. Here's Rivers. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He saw his teammate had good position inside and hit him with a flawless pass.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. On the free throw, no good.
Austin Rivers, the son of a famed player and basketball coach, Doc, making an impact in his league with his overall play. If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, his inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
And the slam dunk by Spates.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Sheer hustle and will out there. He wanted the ball more, and he went up and got it with some style.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers ahead. They lead by 7. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. They've got Foy, Booker out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Rivers dishes to Mba Amute. Redick with the three, but he recovers it.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. Lopez left side. From 11 feet away, Jordan with some nice D. Los Angeles leading by 5. Redick passes to Griffin. Back to Redick. Baseline J on the way. That one wide left and stolen by Jordan. Here's the teardrop. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Feeds to Foy. There's the three. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Oh, my. He's just getting nasty on him now, fella.
You know, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out the really slick moves. That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And the Clippers making a change here. Paul's checked in. Foy, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Rondae Hollis Jefferson started out strong last season as a rookie, then had the injury to the ankle that kind of derailed his development. Came in, though, providing lockdown defense, which most scouts expected. I think the surprise may have been his shooting number. And what that tells me is that he has a really good understanding of who he is as a player. That is very difficult for young players to accomplish. They always tend to spend their time trying to prove to you what they can't do.
And the second free throw, good. And looking at Hollis Jefferson's game, extremely versatile, Greg. The one question mark, will he ever be an accurate shooter from long range?
You know what? He can be a very good player even if the jump shot never fully comes around. Athleticism, body control, 7'2" wingspan. He's got all the physical measurables, and he can be extremely aggressive both as a playmaker and on the glass.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Now Mba Amute. Jordan the screen. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Clippers lead by 9.
DeAndre knows his role. He is going to use that big body to set screens for his teammates.
Count it.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Paul dishes to Redick. Inside. Here's Griffin, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. A free throw drops for Griffin. Both free throws good from Griffin.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Whitehead passes to Lopez. Shot clock at 5. Andy Foy is on the way. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Redick is just a thorough scorer. He looks calm and collected, rising up from any place on the court.
Timeout called, the Nets. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Defense has been atrocious lately for them. You can't blame him at all for wanting to address that here in this timeout.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Outside Griffin. And Redick, here we go, and it's sent back by Lopez.
DeAndre Jordan is just a physical specimen, an incredible defender and shot blocker, as well as a fearless and intimidating dunker.
DeAndre Jordan. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he misses the third. Nets trail by 11. Here's Whitehead. Lopez a screen. Boy from long range. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And taken away by Paul. Lobs it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And DeAndre is one of the best in the business in that situation. You let him sneak in behind you, and you're going to pay.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Pass to Booker. Griffin with the steal. Paul for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Nice shot by Foy.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Paul outside. Back to Redick. The 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Booker is screen on Paul. Whitehead passes to Booker. Down low. Nets passing it around. The jump hook and the nice bucket inside from Lopez.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Paul kicks to Jordan. He dishes it to Mbah-a-Moute. Griffin passes to Mbah-a-Moute. Picked by Griffin. Just 5 to shoot. There's the triple. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Booker is screen on Paul. Lopez a screen. Dishes it to Booker. Griffin with some nice D.
Okay, there's attack mode, and then there's I best pull this back out mode.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Hollis Jefferson, good. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
He thrives in the open court. Such an aggressive finisher.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Nets trail by 17. Here's Whitehead. He kicks it to Booker. Here's Lopez. Jordan with some nice D. The Clippers have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. To the paint, here's Redick. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And that's 17 points for J.J. Redick.
There's something to be said about putting a team on your back, trying to will it to victory. His scoring has been phenomenal this quarter.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Clippers leading by 17. Paul right side. Again, Los Angeles.
The defense respects the shooting ability of CP3, but even when they contest it, he can knock it down.
There's the pick. Whitehead passes to Lopez. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
Inside, here's Griffin. And that one is off. Good D by Booker. The Nets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. And Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre is simply one of the most electrifying shot blockers in the game. If you put up a shot around him, you better put it up high.
He feeds it to Mbah-a-Moute. Jordan the screen. Paul kicks to Redick. From the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound.
His shot's been inconsistent tonight, but teammates are picking up the slack, keeping them ahead in the score.
And Booker kicks to Foy. Tries it from 9. That's good from Booker on the assist by Foy. Booker's got 21. Clippers leading by 17. Pick by Griffin. Paul dishes to Griffin. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Griffin's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He is starting to feel it. Blake Griffin asking for the basketball.
Here's Whitehead. Lopez a screen. There's the feed to Foy. 5 to shoot. Shoots from 14. It's good. And that's 13 points for Brook Lopez.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
The mid-range jump shot, he's so comfortable. He's got such a great feel from that distance.
They set the pick. Here's Paul, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Randy Foy.
CP3 stop and go. Drew the foul on that play.
Chris Paul at the line for 2.
Free throw good, Paul. Nicholson's checked in for the Nets. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. And so Paul nails both of them. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
You have to call timeout here. You can't let this go on any longer. This guy is on fire. They need to do something to try to cool him off. I'm sure whatever adjustments they're planning are also being taken into consideration by the other side.
Lopez a screen. There's the pick. The three. Lopez missing again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Paul passes to Jordan. Paul outside. The pass to Griffin. Jordan the screen. That shot by Griffin, no good. Nets trail by 19. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Paul. Lopez kicks to Foy. Lopez a screen on Redick. It's tipped and stolen by Redick. Lays it in off the breakaway. Redick's got 19 points.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
Great defense resulting to immediate points. Head up, and as soon as he gets it, the ball is gone.
Kicks it to Foy. From outside, off the mark.
I don't know what's happened to him in this second half, but he's been terrible from deep.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
A two-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep. No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Blake Griffin. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Spates checked in for Jordan. Bass comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Felton in for Paul. It's Redick on the wing. Jacks up a three. Good on the triple.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, their team got manhandled, taken to school on their home court.
To the inside, Spates lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Great game for him, double-double now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside, Felton. So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach. I mean, he put us in good positions to succeed. Our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores, and we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Blake Griffin. He had no problem getting back into a shooting rhythm to start the second half, nailing all 4 of his first 4 field goals.
Blake Griffin was on a mission tonight. attacking the basket, attacking the backboard, defending, and he put the power in power forward tonight.
Listen, Ernie, I don't know if the opposing fans got him riled up or what, but he was out for blood tonight. Shaquille O'Neal, man, he had intensity at his all-time high. He looked like a different player than we're used to seeing.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. The long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.